Hello, my name is Dr. Ayomiko. I am a medical doctor in the NHS in the UK. If this is the first time on my channel, this is step-by-step Lab Explained. And this channel was created to help international medical graduates settle down as a doctor in the NHS in the UK. So, I'll be talking about a very interesting and common topic today, which is the visa application for parents who wants to visit the UK. This is a very topical issue on many IMG platforms, as many people wonder how do they go about bringing their parents in for visits in the UK. So the first thing you should consider when you want to apply for a parent visa, there are three questions that you will satisfy that whoever is looking at your application will want you to satisfy. And the first reason is there a genuine reason for visit? Number two reason is that can this person afford it? And number three question is, will this person go back? You must be able to prove and justify these three things. Now, it is easy to justify the first one. This person coming to visit, do they have a genuine reason to visit? Yes, someone coming to visit their kid have a genuine reason. Someone coming to visit their child have a genuine reason to visit the UK. So that is easily satisfiable. The second thing is, can this person afford it? So it's either the person has good amount of money in their bank account, or you as the child will be sponsoring the person. Then number three is, can this person go? Then the number three question is, will this person go back? So this is where your cover letter and the details you put in your application matters. So from my experience, I think the reason why a lot of people struggle with parent visa application is the fact that they start preparing to apply for parent visa too late. So it is when they now want to start applying that they discover that there are a lot of loopholes. You should, as soon as you enter into the UK and you have parents, you should think that one day you want your parents to come and visit you, and you should start preparing to apply for their visa since then. What do I mean by this? Because a common issue that I found is many people complain that, oh, my parents, they are retired and they have no stable income. They are just doing small jobs or small businesses at the moment, and the income is not regular from it. Or they say, oh, my parents don't have any major ties back to the home country. So to prove that they return back to the home country is very difficult. But there are solutions to this. So regarding the issue of no regular income, so that's why I said there are two solutions to this. Number one is, as soon as you enter the UK, you know that your parents are going to come to visit, you should ask your parents to open another bank account. You should ask them to open another bank account, which you would tag in your mind a visa account, because the visa those that decide the outcome of the visa application, they can be very, very strict at times. Sometimes they want to see regular flow of income and outflow from your account. So you need to create a separate account because some of our parents, because of the kind of business that they do, sometimes the amount of money that comes into their account can be very irregular. And for some reasons, the UK visa application deciders, they may not be able to relate with this for some reasons, which sometimes I think is very, very unfair, because our parents are working, the way business is set up in the UK is different from the way businesses are set up back home. So people have genuine jobs, and it's just completely different. And I've seen rejection letters based on very, very, just because the whosoever is the caseworker does not understand the economic situation of that person back home. So there are cultural differences, there are economic differences, there are differences in the way businesses are set up in the UK and back home. And unfortunately, this works against some people. So create a special bank account. And what will you do with this bank account is, when you know that your parents will be applying for visa soon, you would have set apart like £1,000, for example. That's why I said start preparing early. So set apart £1,000, and what you do is every month, rather than the irregular payment that should be entering into your parents' account, you can ask your parents to transfer this money like maybe 2 or 3 times in a month or at the end of the month, and just put it into the Visa account so that it's regular and more easily explainable, and they don't have unexpected deposit, because unexpected deposit is a red flag. And back home, sometimes some people just give you large donations and large amount of money from friends and family, and to explain this to on your Visa can be very difficult. So whatever amount that you need or you want to send or you want to use for Visa goes into your Visa account. So you transfer this money there at specified periods. So it can be monthly or 2 or 3 times per month, but you are sure that this account will be clean. There won't be any unexpected deposit or any unexpected withdrawals from the account. So, or if you set apart £1,000, then over like 3 to 6 months, you just transfer the money gradually and explain that this is the proceed from the business. Because unfortunately, money from businesses don't come in monthly, but because of the requirement of the Visa application, sometimes you need to do this just to ensure that there's regular inflow into that account at a specified period in the month. And you need to explain that this is what your parent does business, and this is why it is like that. Then the other option, which some people are using these days, is not to include parent bank account statement in the Visa application at all. I know some people have done this and have been successful with it, but it's not my favorite, because your bank statement serves more than just for financial details. It serves as a form of identity for you. It serves to confirm your address. So, and I think even if there is no money at all in the bank account, and you explain in the cover letter that you sponsor your parent fully, you can still put their bank statement, even with not a lot of money. Just explain that you will sponsor it fully. But some people say, don't put the bank statement, just explain that you sponsor it fully. And I know people who have gotten visas just by not putting their parents' bank statement. So the other issue is commitment. So when they talk about commitment to so the other issue is the issue of ties back home. So they want to be sure that this person has enough ties to go back. And what are the things you can use to demonstrate ties back home? For example, if the person has a work or is still working, then that's a strong tie back home. Someone that has a job, like employed, now that's a strong tie back home. Or if the person has a very strong business back home, booming business with good bank account statement, that's a very strong tie. Then family, other children back home, parents, if your parents still have their parents alive, that's a good strong tie. Or their siblings are still in the home country, that's a very strong statement. Then that's a very strong tie. Other very strong ties are things like properties, like houses, cars. Those are landed properties. Those are very strong ties back home. So you need to include them. You need to include them in your visa application, that this person has these things. And whatever you include, have proofs. Have proofs. Now you need to write a very detailed cover letter. Don't be miserly with your cover letter. Explain things in details. Whatever, don't assume that whosoever is looking at your visa application would know. Explain things. The job situation. Oh, this person, for example, you can explain, my parent is a retired person and currently he or she doesn't have regular income into their account for these reasons. Explain, oh, my parent does a private business and income doesn't flow in regularly, and the income usually comes in cash and not in bank deposit. So I go at the end of the month to deposit this money into the account. Explain, because back in my home country, people pay mostly by cash, not by bank transfers. So most likely the deposit will come in, rather it could come in at different types of the month, or sometimes some people get it cash and deposit it at the end of the month. So you need to explain the situation well. Then explain why your parent need to visit, why it is important for your parent to visit, how close you are. You need to explain these things. to the on your visa in your cover letter. So explain why the person will go back, or they have these ties back home, the properties, the kids, the parents, the siblings. Explain everything and put evidences, receipts, landed property document, court document, affidavit, whatever might be needed. Everything you mention, ensure that you put in there the evidence is there. And another mistake, because I've seen occasions whereby the people in charge of this application makes very costly mistakes. For example, they confuse two different applications with each other. I've seen rejection letters where people were said to be living in country that they are not living, or currencies that they never mentioned. So for example, someone applying from Nigeria and mentioning all the currency in Naira, then the visa application put in a rejection letter mentioning things about another country like Saudi Arabia, and which is very, very ridiculous. I find it very, very ridiculous and painful, and I've seen rejection letters like that. So basically, these caseworkers mix up applications. So to reduce the chances of this happening to you, when you are uploading your document, some people just name their documents irregular names like 123 ABC. You should name your document in the proper manner. For example, when I'm applying for my parents, I ensure that at the beginning of each document's name, I put their name there. So if their name is David, for example, I just put David receipt of land, David birth certificate, David this and that. I put their name so that for any reason, if they want to mix it up, then they just see the name and say, no, I'm looking at the wrong document. So ensure your documents are properly named with the name of the visa applicant, followed by what is in the document. Don't just name them randomly. So the visa applicant, the caseworker, it makes their job easier when they look at your list of documents and they know what is there. They know exactly what they're looking for, rather than having to click on everything and just trying. They will still need to see everything, but they know they're important documents that they want to look at. So if you're attaching your BRP, for example, you should put it this person's BRP. This is it. Not just name it randomly, 4, 5, 6, 7 ABC or something like that. Because the caseworker, they have priority documents they want to look at. So they just want to see some of the important documents first. So don't make them struggle too much. Otherwise, they'll be tired and exhausted while trying to decide their case. And they are humans also. They can make mistakes. And ensure you also write an invitation letter for your parent. That's very, very important. Write an invitation letter and put in your supporting document, your BRP, your passport. These days, at least in my own country, you don't need to send hard copies. Just upload the soft copies on their website, and that will be it. And when your parents are coming, it's important you let them know your details. So my parents have been asked lots of questions at the border before, like, where is your child working? What is their home address? When last did you see your child? Some of these questions have been asked before. So if for some reasons your parent does not know your address or where you work, that can be difficult and at the border, and you don't want your parents to be turned back at the border. So save this video, especially if you're yet to apply for your parent visa. You would need it. And if you are yet to come to the UK and you're about applying for your own personal UK visa, check my video on applying for UK visas. Thank you very much. See you in my next video.